gonna be nice and cold, y'all. Woo-wee! There's only one option when you're driving this truck is right away, put her into sport mode and she's ready to rip, son. What's up guys, Alec? Welcome to another video, and today we are going to talk about living with a TRX at 22. What I think of it, I've owned it for about a little over 6 months now, and we're going to talk about, is it still a good truck to buy? Because mine is a 2021. I bought it used. I did not want to pay overpriced for what it was, because brand new ones, as anyone know, is in the range of the 120 grand. For all they changed was this little screen in the front, and that's all they changed. So we are going to head up to my warehouse right now, and we are going to do a formal review of the TRX, so then you guys can understand what, after a few years and ownership and everything like that, is it actually that good. Might as well start with some pulls. Y'all, so my truck is fully stock. I haven't done anything to it. Let's just start off there. I'm not planning on doing anything to it. But y'all, for stock, this thing, you can hear the supercharger. It sounds crazy, especially when you get on it. It's in sport mode. And just like that, we're breaking the law. So this is my 2020 run RAM TRX. It is a level 2, so it has everything on the inside, but let's take a quick walk around and tell you guys all about it. Now, these are probably nothing new to anyone. This has been a dream truck ever since back in 2020 when they actually came out. And as you can see, it's completely stock, but this thing is in great condition. Picked it up, it had a little 40,000 miles on it, and I have just crossed 70,000 with this truck. Most important part is this thing guzzles gas like a mofo, because as you can see, we can only put 91, 93 in this thing. Now the dude, I think I got it from a grandpa, because it's winter here, obviously. He put a bed rug in it. He optioned for that. So I don't even know why anyone would want a bed rug, but honestly it's nice because I have a trailer I do hauling with, so I don't really need a bed. But let's actually take a look on. And when I was picking out this truck, I said I needed a red on red truck. And what I mean is not the interior to be red. Some of the lower trim models, you can get like the whole seat red, or this is all red. I just wanted this red little trim because it's got the Alcantara all across here, the red, and the Harman Kardon speakers. And y'all, this interior is one of the best. I had a 2500 Cummins Limited, and let me tell you what, the TRX's interior is way better than the Limited. Has the moonroof, has everything pretty much included in this truck, and it really is one of the best vehicles you can get for the money. Like, going into here, infotainment, I wish it was a little bit different, but like, still, let's turn all that. Okay, so, yep, I understand you need to get oil. I understand. So looking in here, obviously you have all your different sport, snow, tow, everything that you need. You have Baja. Baja is very different, and I promise you it is. And then you have performance pages. Thank you. So like you have race options down here, and this is where you set the launch control. I have found it best, as you saw in that video, to set it to 2300. I had it all the way up to 3500, but the brakes just can't hold the truck back, so it just starts inching forward the whole time. That's the best. And then you have like race, cool down, and stuff like that. You can kind of see where you're going. Shift lights, if you want shift lights and everything like that, which actually, when you actually get the performance pages up, like this is where you go drive modes. I don't know why I just did that. Performance pages, and then you have like your dashboard. So this is kind of, when the truck is on, it has the torque. You can put a bunch of different stuff here. Reaction times, this is your timers, gauges, coolant temp, you know, what's your best 0 to 60, as you can see. Best I've ever done is 3.9 since my last reset. G-forces, you can watch that live time. Peak 1.29 G's, dyno, you can see pretty much everything, like lifetime of it. So currently how much power and torque you're doing, and then vehicle dynamics, and you can screenshot that and everything like that. So it's pretty cool to have. But I know the question I've been getting a ton is the TRX really that good of a daily? And let's really break it down. The added cost of this thing. So biggest thing is fuel. This thing drains fuel like a mofo. If you drive it in sport all the time, like I normally do, you're getting maybe 6-8 miles to the gallon, and that's 91, and here it's about $4 a gallon. So every single time I have to fill this thing up, it's about $150. And sometimes if I'm driving a lot, on a full tank you get like 300 miles of range, and that's if I'm doing a lot of highway driving. City driving, I like to put it in sport mode because everyone says there's no baffles in it, but I think you guys are lying, because when I put this thing in sport mode, it just fires up. You can hear the exhaust a lot more, everything like that. I probably got that fucking wrong, but I don't care. But yeah, that's the biggest problem with this, is that the gas, if you're buying one of these, you're not gonna be like, I need to worry about what the gas price is. Like, that is not an area of concern that you should be having if you're considering buying one of these trucks. It's just, if you're not willing to spend 150, over 100 every single time you fill up multiple times a week, definitely don't buy a TRX, but it's miles per gallon. Every time I step on that gas, just meep, I am loving life, happy as hell to do it. So this is probably the best truck I've ever owned, and the worst part about it is I don't know what else to get. Like, I didn't think I was going to achieve this at 22 already. I thought this was, a few years out, but everything lines up and stuff happens for a reason. Hard work pays off. And now I'm like, to upgrade from this truck, I don't think I ever will. I think I will always have TRXs. My next kind of vehicle I want that's a daily is going to be a Urus. I definitely want a Urus S. But this thing is going to get wrapped in my energy drink company. So, I can kind of show you guys what it's going to look like. But this is exactly what we're planning to do. It's changed a little bit since then, but all the orange on here will be red. So this will be painted fenders. This will be wrapped red, so then it's fully red all the way down. And then the bucket will go across here, and then we got the big bowl and everything like that all over the truck. But so pretty much this year I'm going to probably be looking for a new vehicle, hopefully at the end of the year, because this thing will turn into the next kind of company vehicle, going to events. I'm going to rack up a lot of miles if we have to drive it to Vegas next year for NFR, anything like that. It is going to be an interesting time. So I love it. I'm still driving it every single day. Probably the next vehicle I get will be a Urus, or definitely I want to upgrade to a sports car at some point. My goal is to get a Huracan. I know that's cliche of like every influencer wants a Huracan, but it's been something I've been wanting ever since I started my detailing company years ago, and that was the one thing that was like, that is the pinnacle of the car I want. And I'm very close to, like, I was pre-approved for one this year, but I definitely no point that I should be buying one. It wouldn't be as comfortable as I want it to be to own one. So the TRX is going to be what it's going to be for now. Hopefully next year, as soon as we grow Bucket Energy to where I want it, maybe have some extra money to splurge on that. But this is the biggest part. If you guys want a TRX, I highly recommend it. The prices are amazing on this. I picked this one up for right around 75, 80,000 after taxes and everything. So they're really great priced. And if you guys are wondering about like the RHOs and stuff like that, I'd rather buy a used TRX instead of an RHO, because you can get this thing for the same price of a brand new RHO and you don't have to pay the new one. So thank you everybody. This is what it's like living with a TRX at 22. I love it. And if you guys have any questions of business, anything like that, life events, stuff coming up, how I afford this thing, let me know. I'd love to make a video on it. But y'all have a good week and keep on bucking. We'll see you next time.